Have you ever felt lost navigating a lengthy Word document, struggling to keep track of your pages? Well, imagine turning chaos into order with just a few simple steps. Today, I'm breaking down the easiest ways to add page numbers in Microsoft Word, ensuring your documents look professional and are easy to reference. Stay tuned to master this essential skill and to elevate your document game effortlessly. Okay, to add page numbers in Microsoft Word, it is relatively straightforward. What you have to do is navigate over to the Insert tab in the top left-hand side here. You want to navigate over to the header and footer section, and there's something called page numbers. From here, you have a little drop-down menu, and you can see that you can select different areas where you can apply page numbers. Now, for us, we're going to use bottom of the page. Now, inside here, there are multiple different options. So you have plain numbers, nice and simple. You have page X, so basically it lets you put the number of the page followed by the word page. That page can be at the beginning or at the end of the accent bars, and lots of different options for that. You have PG for page referencing. You have page X of Y, so it's useful if you want to kind of say you're in page 10 of 115, for example, and you want to kind of be really clear about it. That's a nice, neat way to do it. You've also got plain numbers, which are in brackets. You've got dots, you've got large fonts, color fonts, you've got tabs options, you've got thick line options. There's a lot of different options and lots of different styles to suit your needs. So you can go ahead and choose whatever one of these that you want. For the purpose of today's tutorial, we're just going to use plain number 3, which basically means it's going to put the page number in the bottom right hand side of the page. I'm going to give that a click. What it's going to do is it's going to open up the footer section of your Word document. Okay, you'll also see at the top here you have the header and footer contextual tab. Now, this tab basically only happens to appear when you're actually inside a header or a footer, which is where the page numbers have been put. Now, on this very first page, we actually have page number 0. Okay, now this is because we are actually starting from 0 on the page count front. Okay, if we head over to the contextual tab here on the far right hand side, you have something called page number. From here, click this, go down to format page numbers, and here you can see that it starts from 0. If you go ahead and put that to 1, for example, click OK, you'll notice that our page number for the very first page has now turned to number 1. So that's the first tip that's quite useful, because sometimes you actually do want to have your first page numbered, and in which case you don't want it to be labeled 0, you want it to be labeled number 1. Okay, now sometimes you don't actually want a first page to be numbered at all, in which case there's an option just up here at the top that is a different first page. You can go ahead and give that a click, and it's going to remove the page number from the footer of the first page. And if you scroll down to the second page, you can see that it is down here now saying page 2. Now, that might be fine. It might be that that's how you want your page numbers to go. You want to start from page 2 because technically it's the page after your cover page. However, sometimes you actually want that to be page number 1, in which case we'd come back to our page numbers area, go down to our page format page numbers, and from here, we'll go ahead and put this back to 0. That is now going to count the very first page as 0, and then it's going to count the second page as page 1. Now, we've not got the page number on the first page because we have our tick box up here that says different first page. Very useful. Okay, but what if we didn't want to start on this particular page? Well, if you go back into your page numbers, you go to format page numbers, you can see here that you can continue from previous selection, and you can also kind of choose where you want your numbers to be, as well as having a whole host of additional options here. I'm not going to go through all of those in today's video. This is a brief tutorial on how to add page numbers. You can explore all of the formatting options that this function has and basically start creating your documents to have some form of order to them, so they're easy to navigate and really quite streamlined and professional in appearance. Guys, that's going to wrap up this tutorial. If you found it useful and informative, smash that like button for me. I really do appreciate that. If you want to stay up to date with more hints and tips on Microsoft 365 applications, then why not go ahead and subscribe to the channel? And if you haven't done so already, check that video out right there. It's not one you're going to want to miss.